Welcome to Bill and Frank's Guilt-Free Pleasures, where we take the music you love and we tell you why it's great.
Or the music that you're afraid to express that you love and tell you it's okay. You can love whatever music you want to love.
That's right. And so today's song is something that people have been asking us ever since we began the podcast about. They asked, when are you going to do Wilson Phillips, Hold On?
Have they? Have we been, this been requested?
Oh yeah, this came up early. This came up last July. People were asking me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Why did it take us so long?
Well, I think we had to get 50 episodes in before we were ready to climb this mountain.
Yeah.
Like they do in the video.
I was going to say.
So we've put on our jeans and our
jeans and vests.
And
our little black dresses and sat on the beach playing in the sand.
Exactly. We were all ready. We have our costume changes ready.
Yep.
And we're ready to appeal to the older adult contemporary audience.
Yeah.
Which was our thing. And even though when we heard this, we were probably, we're about 13 years old.
Yeah.
This was beautiful music.
But this is also a little bit like the women in Wilson Phillips were in their early 20s when they recorded this song. People in their early 20s don't record and release adult contemporary music. So they were ahead of their time.
Way ahead.
Ahead of their times. They were trailblazers.
Now, if I play the opening chords, that's what we call it, of the song, I feel I know that it's Hold On within like almost before I hear the first little note.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to play it right now, and you tell me when you would know it's Hold On.
Well, I know it right now because you're about to play it.
All right, let's pretend.
Okay, I'm going to pretend.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's that little drum intro, and then you can hear the synth sort of start to creep on in, right?
Yeah, exactly. Who is the producer of this, Frank?
That's a very good question. I can tell you that it was Glenn Ballard because I have Wikipedia open right now.
And Glenn Ballard is the guy who came up with all the instrumentation and the music.
That's right.
His.
Yeah. Because he had the instrumental version of this and he gave it over to China Phillips.
And she wrote the lyrics.
Yeah. She wrote it. From what I understand, she was playing it in the car as she drove back to her mother's place where she was still living at the time.
Yeah.
And by the time she got to the house, she's sitting in there and she'd already formulated the song for the most part.
Exactly. So there you go. This is our opener. Do we talk about the history of the band?
I think we need to talk about the band a little bit, right? Like, Wilson Phillips is, you've probably figured out who they're daughters of, Jackie Wilson and Glenn Phillips of Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Nice job, Frank.
Yeah. Who's Jackie Wilson?
Oh, he's a great singer.
Is he? Okay,
good. No, that'd be a good one. I was like, okay, can we come up with maybe Sam Phillips? That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I panicked. The only Phillips that I knew was Glenn Phillips. So, but he's a great singer too. I'm sure his daughter would. I think he has a daughter would be a fantastic singer too. So.
Yeah. So China Phillips' dad is, what's his name?
John Phillips.
John Phillips of the Mamas and the Papas.
Yeah.
And then the Wilson sisters, Carney and Wendy, their dad is Brian Wilson, who is, hailed as the great American musical genius.
Yeah. Yep. So the group comes from royalty, basically like 60s musical royalty.
There was actually a quartet originally. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
So they had Mama Cass's daughter. Cass's daughter was actually, I think it depends on the version I read. One was that China Phillips brought people together. The other was that it was Mama Cass's daughter, whose name is Owen Elliott. She was originally in the band, but then kind of lost interest.
Yeah. It's kind of like the original Destiny's Child, right? Because it was just
there's 4 of them.
Yeah. Kelly Rowland and Beyonce, who were the two that kept going on, and they brought in Michelle Williams.
That's right. So, okay. The fathers hung out where they played basketball together.
Yeah.
And I trying to imagine either of those two playing basketball is odd to me.
I just like the old sort of video of John Phillips, because he always wore this weird toque, I think, right?
Yeah.
And then Brian Wilson, like, I know none of the Beach Boys actually surfed, but I can't picture him doing anything but surfing.
Yeah, or just walking around in a bathrobe all day.
Yes, exactly, right?
So I'm trying to picture how they would play basketball. Do you think
I
they're
think
playing
it'd be poorly?
Yeah, would it be 1-on-1, or are they just playing like 21 or just shooting baskets?
I think they just sort of ran drills, like a lot of chest passes and cheering from the sides, maybe.
Yeah, well, you never go for the layup until you had 5 passes.
Yeah, exactly. Thank Hoosiers for that one.
Yeah. So while they're playing basketball, they would bring the girls around. So originally that's where China met Carney, and then Wendy was born a year later. And so this is they grew up together until they were in high school. They hung out all the time.
Yeah. Which is kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is a band that's been together for basically their entire lives.
Yeah. And then China kind of goes on her own and gets involved in acting a bit, but also runs into some trouble as a teenager.
Yeah. So, reading the articles here, like I knew she dabbled in acting a bit, but she was in Say Anything.
Yeah. And so originally when they got together, apparently they were going to create an anti-drug song.
Yes, I read that too. Yeah.
So this would be while China Phillips is dealing with her own drug addiction. I think.
Because she went through rehab at a pretty young age,
before
right? Like
she
at 19.
19.
Yeah.
That's right. While they're recording this, I think they are around 19 at this time, and the lyrics to this written by China Phillips, and they come out of what she's been learning in AA.
Yeah, and it's the line was like, just hold on, like just one more day, just hold on, and that's obviously comes through.
I feel this speaks to us when we heard it. So if we heard this, it's 1990.
When we were in rehab together, right?
Yeah. Well, we were in grade 7, which might as well have been rehab, or the opposite of rehab. It would be like, when you're in grade 7, or at least when I was in grade 7, I can't speak to the joys of your grade 7 experience, but it was
joys of grade 7 that's an oxymoron.
Yeah, nadir. My lowest of all points is grade 7, where you just suddenly didn't fit. Where it's like, how does it happen that I suddenly don't fit in? I thought I was doing so well.
Yeah.
Why is everyone wearing jeans? Jogging pants are so much more comfortable. So much changed.
I know. Well, we're still rocking jogging pants though, so that's good, right? Like, we haven't changed since grade 7. That's the important thing.
We just held on for a couple decades, and now here we are.
Yeah.
Who's laughing now? People who bullied me in grade 7.
Probably the same people who are bullying you right now.
Yeah,
wearing sweatpants.
Yeah, that's probably true. There's the same people. Okay. Well, they come together. Yep. They meet Glenn Ballard. They're introduced to him through producer. His last name is Lee, and he was responsible for
something. I have it here somewhere. Wasn't it Richard Perry?
His name wasn't Lee at all, was it?
No, it was Richard Perry. This is what I'm reading.
Okay.
That Glenn Ballard got them a meeting with Richard Perry, who was at the controls for Carly Simon's "You're So Vain."
That's what I was thinking about. Okay, very good. Now, Glenn Ballard was under the tutelage of Quincy Jones through the previous decade until he meets up with Wilson Phillips, who he's recording with him in his garage. Mm-hmm. He's got quite the pedigree because he does Jagged Little Pill with Alanis Morissette, which sets the the mid-90s in motion.
Yeah, basically set the music world on fire.
Yeah, and so he has, he's had so many things to his name, but he was also responsible for Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. So I hate that song. I just can put it out there. We will never do Man in the Mirror on this podcast as long as I'm sitting here.
Okay, so let me get this straight, because you have done a couple of songs that I cannot get behind.
Okay.
So if I wanted to do Man in the Mirror,
yes, what?
I don't necessarily.
If you do, I'm willing to play your role as the dissenting voice.
The foil to my.
I hate that song so much. We should talk about Man in the Mirror. I want to do this song. It's not a guilt-free pleasure.
But you still want to do the song?
No. Okay, I changed my mind.
Okay.
Let's talk about this song.
Yeah. Wait, what song are we talking about?
Hold on
by Man in the Mirror.
So they write it early and they hang on to this. So they would play this song.
They held on.
Very well played. They held on to this track for years. They actually no one knew about it, so only their boyfriends or friends would hear it.
Yeah.
And China Phillips said one of her boyfriends said, I don't think it's very good.
In the Wikipedia entry, they say the next day Phillips returned with Hold On and sang it for the Wilsons and Ballard, who immediately loved it. So this is after China Phillips wrote the lyrics and everything.
Yeah.
And then China I remember one guy I played it for said, that's not going to go anywhere. That's not a very good song. It's really corny. Phillips recalled. And I just remember thinking to myself, God, I hope he's wrong, because I think they were invested in the song. Right?
Oh, yeah. And so this does finally come out in an EP, or not an EP, but a 4-song tape that goes around. And then people wanted to bid over them.
Yeah.
I mean, even though, there's a super group of sense because they all had super parents, but they didn't really grow up that way.
Yeah, they kind of paid their dues though, right?
Yeah,
like they didn't leverage their parents, because I think at the end of the 80s, right? Like I don't think the Mamas and the Papas really had as much cachet as you think. And the Beach Boys were busy releasing Kokomo, so
great song.
Is it?
We might have to talk about this.
Okay.
off tape. Okay. So they get signed by SBK, and then this album, Wilson Phillips, is huge.
Yeah.
Not just this goes to number 1, but also Release Me goes to number 1, and another song goes to number 1 from that album.
You're in Love.
You're in Love.
Yes.
And then Impulsive is a personal favorite, but they didn't get number 1.
Do you know how I know that? I owned this tape. Did you own this tape?
No, I did not.
Yeah, I loved this tape. It was so good. Oh my goodness. I wish I could find it. But my connection with this, or involvement with this song, is when this song came out, and it hit number 1 in June of 1990.
That's correct.
So as it's becoming popular, we're in grade 7, and I was on a school trip.
Yeah.
To Quebec.
Yeah.
And there's a tape deck on the bus, so you could play, like the whole bus could listen to the tape that whoever wants to puts on.
Yeah. And
someone puts on this song. I think it was just on a mixtape. And the Popular Girls, the ones you want to be with because you're in grade 7 and you don't know, like you don't know what love is or anything like that, but you know what
you
Popular
want them to
Girls
show
are.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're doing that, and we'll talk about the video a bit too, but the confident walk that the 3 women do down the boardwalk in the video.
Yeah.
I just remember a couple of the girls just doing that confident walk, like just that strut up and down the aisle of the bus. At that moment is when I fell in love even more with that song.
Yeah.
And more with the idea of Popular Girls.
Oh, grade 7 was so hard.
Oh, it was so difficult.
How'd that Quebec City trip go for you?
I bought a Varney shirt that was way too big for myself.
Yeah.
I stepped in fake dog poo.
Okay.
And I gave a lot of spare change to a busker who played the spoons.
Okay, well, there we go.
So it was a pretty successful trip.
There we go. Yeah. Well, you held on.
Yes.
Let's talk about the song.
Yes.
The production is huge, and it has all the 90s
It has
feels.
everything I love.
It is of its time, of its time.
The one thing it's missing is saxophone, but it comes in slow with that little drum beat. The eases in with the synth, right? It's like wading out into the ocean.
Yeah.
And you kind of get that feel about it because it almost sounds like seagulls and it's just nice and pleasant. But then as the song goes on, it has that amazing drum fill.
Yeah.
Like that big drum sound.
Yeah.
Like it's almost this might be a little bit blasphemous, but it's almost In the Air Tonight.
Certainly inspired by it.
Yes.
But it has a far more I don't know if it's not the word
manufactured.
Manufactured feel.
Yeah.
Just totally. And that is something to be saying for coming out of Phil Collins' world, to say it's manufactured. And I love Phil Collins.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Break free, break from the chains. Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye.
The song is also 4.5 minutes long. The album version, which I feel we heard usually on the radio. There was a single version, which is a minute less.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've heard the long version mostly. 4 minutes and 30 seconds is long for a pop song.
Yeah.
And I think looking at the lyrics in front of me here, it's pages.
There are a lot of words.
Yeah.
There are a lot of words.
Reading it over, I'm like, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
This is really, really good.
And this is coming from the mind of someone in their late teens, early 20s, right? I always think about like musicians who got to start early in life, and you listen to someone, it's just like, how come I'm not as artistic as they are? How come I'm not as deep as they are, like lyrically and stuff like that? What's wrong with me? I mean,
some people create and some people podcast.
Yeah. So Wilson Phillips, where's your award-winning podcast? They probably have one, don't they?
They do. They're already ahead of us.
Yeah.
So let's start with that first verse. I'm going to read it without doing the echoes, even though the echoes really do make this song. But just to get to the lyrical content, and we'll talk echoes. I know there's pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? No one can change your life except for you. Don't ever let anyone step all over you. Just open your heart and your mind. Is it really fair to feel this way inside?
I know this pain. Why do you lock yourself up in these chains? No one can change your life except for you. Don't ever let anyone step all over you. Just open your heart and your mind. Is it really fair to feel this way inside?
And then the drums come in.
Yeah.
Right? Someday somebody's going to want to make you turn around and say goodbye. Until then, baby, are you going to let them hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know? Don't you know things can change? Things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Can you hold on for one more day? Things will go your way. Hold on for one more day.
This is crazy because there's so many words in that chorus, especially someday somebody's going to make you want to turn around and say goodbye.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like that is, there's a fearlessness of someone who's 19 writing this.
There's a fearlessness of someone writing that, but also in the way that they sing it, because there's a cadence about it. Again, it just oozes confidence. This song oozes confidence, and that's something that grade 7 Bill and Frank, I think, were lacking, which is what drew us to this song, I think.
It totally did. I want to be able to strut down the boardwalk.
No, so do I. I'm gonna the Pier at Port Deluge. I think tomorrow I'm just gonna strut up and down it, just confidently.
First TikTok video. Let's do it.
Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Until then, baby, are you gonna let him hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Can you hold on for one more day? Things will go your way. Hold on for one more day.
She's dealing with a relationship that went wrong.
Yeah.
So this is part of it, I think, when she's saying some days somebody's going to make you want to turn around and say goodbye. And so I think I'm guessing it's talking about this abusive type of relationship.
Yeah.
And then she says, until then, are you going to let him hold you down and make you cry? So it's kind of that, come on, get out of this.
The way I read it is there's a breaking point.
Yeah.
And are you going to wait until you hit the breaking point just to sit there and get dumped on this entire time?
So this is kind of like an intervention song because I was thinking about Gloria, which is that sort of tough love approach. Mm-hmm. But this one isn't so much tough love as coming beside and saying, you can do this. Hold on for one more day. Whereas Gloria was like, not like that.
Yeah. Yeah. What I like in this song too is it doesn't sort of shirk their own responsibilities.
Yeah.
There's a line in the second verse.
Yeah.
It says, you've got no one to blame for your unhappiness. You got yourself into your own mess. So it's just like, you know what? You screwed up. Like, you're here, you made decisions, you're where you're at, but what are you going to do about this?
Yeah. This is an AA song, I guess.
It's a mature song.
It is. So you could sustain, or are you comfortable with the pain? Interesting question, right?
Yeah.
But of course, in my lyrics, it's you could sustain, you could sustain. Are you comfortable with the pain? You've got no one to blame for your unhappiness. No, baby. And then there's that you got yourself into your own mess. Ooh. So, but it's such a key part to the song is the harmonies and the kind of call and response and the echoes, all those things blending together, and then the sound of their voices together is just incredible, which just makes this all the more powerful.
You could sustain, or are you comfortable with the pain? You got no one to blame for your unhappiness. No, baby, you got yourself into your own mess. Let your worries pass you by. Don't you think it's worth your time to change your mind?
The harmonies make sense, right? Because they've been singing together since childhood. I read somewhere that they practiced their harmonies together in Wendy Wilson's bedroom.
Right. And so the Wilson sisters especially are masters at this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, listen to the Beach Boys, right? Like the harmonies that just run through that. So
this is in the DNA, so to speak, where they just
had
hear
no choice but to sing harmony, right?
Yeah. So Carney Wilson talked about that, where everywhere she went, she made people sing harmony with her, even when she's in grade 9 or whatever, to just make them sing with her. So it makes sense in the song because having 3 voices telling someone to hold on feels like you have a community support.
Yeah.
That's pretty powerful.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, they sang this song with so much confidence.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want to belabor the point. Also, I don't know what belabor means, but that line, someday somebody's going to make you want to turn around and say goodbye. And like, you got to hit that in such a way because you're cramming so many syllables into that line.
Yeah.
And just boom, 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 boom. And the way that comes out is just, it's really, really awesome.
Just seeing it on the page makes it all the more incredible because they can't fit it onto like the line.
Yeah.
Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Until then, baby, are you gonna let him hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day.
And then it just kind of comes back to it keeps looping through this, but they sing it in different ways. I think both you and I love that part where the drum fill comes in and then they repeat.
Someday somebody's gonna make yeah. So like if I can jump to my favorite part, you have that drum fill. It's kind of like you have that musical bridge, and then they come into the chorus again. Someday somebody's gonna make you want to turn around and say goodbye, but that drum coming into it just really sets the stage for it,
right?
And everything else is pulled back, and it's just their vocals.
Almost a cappella, right?
Yeah, but then it's
oh wait, this is me. I'm with you on this. This is my favorite part.
Until then, baby, are you gonna let them know? Don't you know things will change?
Yeah.
But you hear Wendy Wilson in the background. No, like that. It just. Oh my goodness!
Just the blend, and this is something I didn't realize. They all sang at the same microphone.
Oh, did they?
It's not 3 separate tracks. They sang in harmony at that mic.
So it was live off the floor.
This is
harmonic.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Someday somebody's gonna make you wanna turn around and say goodbye. Until then, baby, are you gonna let him hold you down and make you cry? Don't you know, things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day, yeah. Hold on.
If I may call back to one of our former guests, Derek Wienhoff said, "This the timbre of their voices." I had to look this up. So the timbre.
Timberland was on this track?
It's sort of like that, but I don't want to say timber because that feels like a tree's going to fall down. So I'm going to say timbre.
Yeah.
And it's where it's not just the tone. It's like the tone of their voices, but they're all singing the same key.
Yeah.
But there's a difference in their voice. There's a slight difference. And so when they come together, it creates this beautiful thing, but it's just, there's three voices. They might be singing the same note, but each of them are bringing their sort of special timbre to this. I'm totally getting this wrong.
It's fine. No, speaking of trees falling in the forest, let's talk about the video a bit.
Yes.
As big as this song is, the video is even bigger, I think.
Well, we've talked about this before. My first introduction to the song would be the video.
Yeah.
Because videos were the primary way we heard music back then. And when they talk about this song, they said it was kind of revolutionary for them to show up in jeans.
Yeah.
Because they're wearing jeans and their vests out for a walk in the California wilderness.
I won't say it's revolutionary because Michael Bolton's been doing that for years.
Yeah. Now, it's true. But for a woman to be allowed to wear jeans in a video.
Yeah. And it's not the 60s.
I know. Well, poor Wilson Phillips, their second album, they're made to wear corsets and stuff on their first single. It's so depressing because they're done by then. So, but in this one, they're able to be something special. And so they can do the boardwalk walk. Yeah. They're looking fine. Yeah. But they can also just wear their jeans and their vests and be out hiking. Although who would hike dressed like that?
In jeans? No, I wouldn't. No. I wear something a little more active. But it's all very sort of big, right? Nowadays it would be shot with a drone, right? Coming over the mountain, you have them sitting on the top of the mountain in the forest and everything. Did they use a helicopter for this shot? Or what?
For sure.
But
it's a helicopter.
It's just so big, and they're just sitting there, but they seem just so approachable, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the appeal of the group is, again, they come from musical royalty. They have this massive song, this huge album, but they always seem so approachable and down to earth. Yeah. To me, anyway.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And Song Facts is a great line here. The video looks like a pharmaceutical commercial with shots of empowered Wilson Phillips singing it on beaches and mountaintops. Yeah. So there is something to that.
There are three primary locations of the video. So that's the mountaintop, there's the beach, and then there's the boardwalk. But there's this one little throwaway shot in the video. And I think it's kind of like on the back of the beach, like the beach backing onto the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Just so they could show some people playing some instruments, because there's about a 3-second shot of a guy playing a glockenspiel or a xylophone or something. Just this makes no sense with everything else. Everything else is just Wilson Phillips, but just nope, there's a guy on a xylophone here.
It was a good time, the 90s. Early 90s, it was a good time.
Yeah.
This is before Said I Loved You, But I Lied.
Yes. Oh, and that's the mountaintop Michael Bolton in jeans when he's peak.
They're the OG mountaintop.
Yeah.
No animals on that mountaintop. I thought I wonder if was there any mountain, did they have a mountain lion or anything?
So in the behind the scenes, China Phillips was attacked by a mountain lion. So.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay. You had me going there.
Don't you know things will change, things will go your way. If you hold on for one more day, can you hold on? Can you hold on?
Okay, category time?
Are we going to jump in? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, this is a wedding song.
This is a wedding song? Is it a wedding song?
Well, it's in a famous movie where it's a wedding song.
Well, it's in Bridesmaids.
Yeah, so this is a wedding song in Bridesmaids. It is a great scene.
Yeah.
What's your favorite movie scene with this? Is it Bridesmaids or Harold and Kumar go to White Castle?
Movie scene, I will say it's Bridesmaids.
Yeah.
It's also played in the background in a TV show called Chuck.
Okay, yes. Okay, I've read about this.
And there's a great scene where Tony Hale is playing a store manager that's flexing a little bit more than he should, and he ultimately gets his comeuppance.
Right.
And but the song is playing in the background, which just this just seems so perfect for some reason.
Could Michael Bolton sing this?
On a mountaintop? Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so Michael Bolton sing this. Who's going to be in his Bolton Phillips?
Bolton Phillips? Yes. Well, yeah, Richard Marx, I think.
Yep.
And who rounds out this group?
John Cicada. That would round it out.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. And that kind of makes it perfect because it goes back to our previous episodes.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is all just in Bill and Frank's guilt-free pleasure universe, right?
The pleasure verse.
The pleasure verse.
Okay. Mixtape? Well, I got a song universe, so I didn't go...
Song universe. Okay,
yeah,
you
I
have
got a
song
couple
universe.
different
I have a
ideas.
mixtape.
Okay. You want to start with your mixtape?
Okay, so my mixtape, because it's all about songs about perseverance.
Okay, good.
Gonna Fly Now, Bill Conti.
Yeah, very good.
Do you know where that's from?
Rocky, one of the 7.
It's the Rocky theme song.
I know. Thanks.
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't know?
I had no idea who it actually was until I started researching this.
Yeah, it's a big deal in the Hauser house.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I thought you were just like blindly agreeing with me.
No, I know that by heart.
Survivor, Destiny's Child.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to Eye of the Tiger. Okay. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm
more of your Rocky.
Stepped away from Rocky.
Yeah.
Break My Stride, Matthew Wilder.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
Did we do Break My Stride?
No,
yet?
we haven't. No.
What are we waiting for?
I don't know.
Okay.
Never Surrender.
Yes. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
We close it off with something even better, if that's possible. Back on My Feet Again, Michael Bolton.
There we go. It comes back to the Bolton.
I'm dropping the mic here.
Wow. I would almost say that's like a song universe because it's the same deal, but that's good. It's a great mixtape. So my song universe is basically, it's similar. Don't Give Up, Peter Gabriel and Kate Bush, because they're saying the same type of deal. So this could be the hold on situation. Mm-hmm. I hesitate to say this because I don't like the song. Hero by Mariah Carey.
That's such a good song.
All right. Well, I guess that'll be our episode where we disagree. Yeah. I had Elton John's I'm Still Standing.
Oh, okay. That almost made my list.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I got a bunch of hold-ons here. We've talked about this in a previous episode for the Heights episode.
Yeah.
But I have more hold-on songs. So your favorite hold-on song, well, it has to be this one. But what will be our second favorite hold-on song? So I'm going to play you some hold-on songs.
Okay.
And you're going to tell me which is your favorite. I wonder if I should set it up.
So what my second favorite is? Because
your second favorite.
Phillips,
yeah.
Okay.
Now, I do have one by Justin Bieber and Shawn Mendes.
Okay.
But I've never listened to them. So I'm going to give you hold-ons from the 90s. All right, so here's one.
Oh, that's Sarah McLachlan, right? Yeah, I like this one.
All right, next one.
Can you see through your tears? I will.
Oh, I know that. Oh, this is Jamie Walter.
Yeah.
Hold on to feel a little stronger. Hold on to me.
Sorry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Why did it take me so long?
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, so all right, that's one. Next one. Okay. So
right now it's the Jamie Walters.
That was Jamie. Okay, so Jamie Walters in the lead. Sorry, Sarah. It's okay. It's not the best Sarah McLachlan song. I think this one's going to take the cake. Let me just set it up.
Don't waste your time fighting blind. Mind and thoughts of despair. Hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Hold on to your love, baby. Hold on. Hold on to your love. Oh, you got to hold on. Hold on to your love.
Oh, this is On Vogue, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. This Jamie Walters, then Sarah McLachlan.
Okay, there we go.
Oh,
the battle that holds on.
good.
So, hey, On Vogue, you only made it to number 2 on the Billboard and on number 2 in Bill and Frank's. But don't worry, On Vogue, you will be coming back.
Oh, absolutely, they will be.
Yeah. And Jamie Walters, you already had your time, okay?
Yeah.
All right. So,
I'd still do that song, though.
yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are my major categories.
What about, could this be a Hallmark movie?
Oh my god, this is, yeah, of course it is. it's going to be an addiction movie, but because of this Hallmark, it has to be a lighter addiction. It can't be like
sex
super
addiction.
or it can't be fentanyl. It'll have to be like alcohol.
Alcoholism.
Yeah.
But someone who perseveres and holds on. Right?
Yeah. So this is going to be an addiction movie. They're going to hold on and persevere through it.
Yes.
And Wilson Phillips will come on Wilson Phillips will star in it because China Phillips has already done this.
China Phillips will be the director of the rehab.
Right.
That believes in the person, even if they don't believe in themselves.
And it's going to be William Baldwin because that's her husband.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And the Baldwins would fit perfectly into this. So, yeah, definite Hallmark and coming to a small town to find the redemption.
Yes. Yeah. Is it like a law or a rule in Hallmark movies that it has to always be in a small town?
Well, I think that's where you find your truth. The big city is where you find the lies and you lose yourself. And then when you get down home, you find your real self.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never watched Hallmark.
Neither have I.
Okay.
I know that there is pain, but you hold on for one more day and you break free from the chains. Yeah, I know that there is pain, but you hold on for one more day and you break from the chains.
This was a really big song in the 90s. Went to number one. Was only number one for 1 week though. Like that, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
But it pushed out Vogue by Madonna and then was pushed out by
Roxette.
Yes, Listen to Your Heart, right?
No, it was the one from Pretty Woman. It was
Listen to Your Heart.
No, it was not Listen to Your Heart. It was it's a love one.
Oh, love will bring you back. Love will lead you back.
That's Taylor Dane.
Oh yeah.
It is. Wait a second. It Must Have Been Love.
Must have been love. Okay, yeah.
So interestingly, this song only is number one for 1 week.
Yeah.
But it is the number one single of the year, from what I have read.
Yeah. And interestingly, it lost the Grammy for Single of the Year to From a Distance.
By Bette Midler. The Bette Midler's Last Stand.
Yeah, that was their last big one, right?
Yeah. That's one of those songs that's incredibly beautiful until you think about the lyrics are saying. Like, oh, that's awful.
Yeah. Exactly, right?
Yeah.
It was such a big song, and like in spiritual circles too, right?
Hold On should have been the one you bring up to prayer meeting.
Yeah.
So Hold On takes out Vogue.
Yes.
But then 1 week later, Roxette takes out with It Must Have Been Love, takes out Hold On, and then New Kids on the Block, Every Step I Take.
Step by Step?
Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking Bobby Brown,
which
I liked a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
Step by Step takes out Roxette. So, circle of life.
Yeah, some pretty heavy hitters there, right?
Yeah, but Hold On holds on.
It holds on.
The number one.
Yes. Yeah. Single of the year, right?
Don't you know things will change, things will go your way if you hold on for one more day. Yeah. Can't you change it this time? Make up your mind. Hold on.
We want to thank you for listening, for enduring with us, for exploring this song. And you know what? It's a crazy world out there. We know that all sorts of stuff is going on and happening. I know that there is pain, but you hold on for one more day and you break from the chains. This has been Bill and Frank's Guilt-Free Pleasures. Thank you so much for listening.